gold.
Nonsense.
The golden god!
And he dragged you two into this nonsense?
I volunteered.
And how gold is not in her. She's a
Usually we have your input. I need you to yell today.
Yeah, we can't hear you, dude.
Hey, yo!
Speak up. Speak up
Is
if
it
you
on
got
me?
something to
Is
say.
it on me or you
It's
today?
definitely on me. This is another edition of the world's greatest podcast. I am your host, Charlie Reifenberger, and this is my co-host,
John A. Miller.
and this is Golden Nonsense.
Golden nonsense.
On today's episode, we're joined by some very, very illustrious guests. We have Bry and Auden from the local Memphis band Jombi.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Let them hear it. The crowd loves you guys,
Bro.
man.
We appreciate it.
Now, let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this. The fans of Golden Nonsense know that I am not the biggest music nerd. These guys are music nerds, right? I'm not really a big explorer of the music, right? So if you can just give me a rundown on what you categorize your music as.
Let me give it a try.
Okay.
I think I would call y'all's music psychedelic space folk rock.
That's a pretty good
close.
description.
That's what I would call it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's right on the money.
It's fucking. I really like it, man. You know,
Thank you.
so I had heard about y'all's band a while back and just never actually checked it out, which I do that all the time. But you know, once I heard that you guys were gonna come on our show, I gave it a listen. I gotta say, the new album is called Out to Pasture.
Yes.
It's really great, man. I super enjoy
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
so it's cool. It's kind of like a southern rock, but it's a little bit
Spacey.
like it's kind of it's got a little bit of like a jam band vibe to it, a little
bit.
bit of like almost like
How
a
did y'all come together?
So basically, we all met at a music program. Probably about. I mean, we've known each other for about a decade now.
yeah.
Okay. How old are y'all? Y'all look pretty young.
So I'm 23.
Okay.
I'm 21.
21. We got some
Word.
kids.
Hell yeah.
So we all met there, kind of honing our skills and just learning our instruments and everything. And when the time came, right around COVID, we started writing stuff together. And it was kind of like that post-COVID area where a lot of bars were opening back up.
Yeah.
Lots of
yeah.
bands were on the scene, and so we just kind of hopped into that, played every weekend, and it's
Good.
been going on for about
5 years.
4 years.
4
I
years.
believe,
Yeah. Something
Awesome,
like that.
man.
That's beautiful. That's
Awesome.
beautiful.
And so wait, remind me again, which instruments do you guys play?
I play the rhythm guitar and I sing.
Okay, rhythm and singing.
I'm primarily drums, but I also play keys and do background
Okay.
vocals.
So
Cool.
are you the front guy?
I am.
Okay. And do you do like the rock star stuff, like open shirt, gyrating the hips?
I
Or you
used
like-
to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
And as the more I do it, the more I'm like, I'm wearing a fucking t-shirt to this gig. I don't.
But the people love the antics, right? That's
Yeah.
what the frontman's for.
We dance a lot. We have fun on stage.
Yeah.
That's
We
a big
kick
part
each
of
other
it.
and-
Yeah.
Good. But you're sitting down. You can't really move.
Yeah, I'll open my shirt
There
sometimes.
you
That
go.
was more in the early days.
Yeah.
You said the early days, like you're not in the early days
I
right now.
know, yeah.
See, y'all just did a show last night.
We did.
Where at?
Birmingham.
The Nick.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yes.
We
fine,
love the Nick.
fine
The Nick.
southern town there, Birmingham.
Absolutely.
I've told jokes there a few times. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard you got some car trouble.
Yeah.
What
man.
exactly happened?
We're driving, and I drive like an old Honda, and so the air pressure light is always on, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
nothing. It comes on. I'm
It
not worried
comes all
about it.
That's all the time.
And then we are pulling into Birmingham. We are on the interchange where there's no shoulder to get off, and
Oh,
the
I know
tire
exactly what
just
you're talking about.
explodes.
Oh, my
shit.
God.
And so we barely make it off. We make it off fine. Pull over, change the tire. We spent like an hour and a half getting it replaced this morning.
This morning.
So
yeah.
your rim is okay and stuff? He was all right?
Yeah, surprisingly, but yeah.
Okay, good.
Is it a
Good.
van? You got like an Odyssey?
I drive a Honda CRV.
A CRV.
Yeah.
So you got 4 of you guys in a CRV?
No, one of them drove. He lives in Nashville most
Okay.
of the time.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Separate. Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
Okay, so out of the 4 years, right? Are y'all like, the word is not growing, but are you seeing like, what's the word I'm looking for? Actual fans like latch onto your music and look for y'all, and you know what I'm saying? Like, are you growing your fan base to the point? I mean, I know your music is good, The music's good,
Music's
right?
great.
But do you have people like following you around and got guys in town?
Man, I would say when we started, it was a lot of our friends.
Yeah.
You know, kind of coming to gigs and stuff, and they were super supportive and everything.
Yeah.
But
It's grown now?
As things like Out to Pasture came out, we've definitely hit like some other markets, some other areas.
Inflection point now. It's not just your
Yeah.
friends. It's
There's other people who
That's
you
lovely,
know,
bro.
We don't know too well.
That's
you
absolutely
know.
that's lovely.
They
You
just
want to
like
see
you
a stranger.
for-
You want to see your
Yeah.
strangers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then your
Exactly.
homies in the green room or whatever.
Right.
Waiting when
Uh-huh.
you get off.
Yeah, that's neat. You know what? Would it be all right if we spliced in a song right here?
Sure.
Sure,
all right,
do
just
it.
so the folks at home can hear some Jombi. I want to put in All I Am. Is that cool?
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
All right, we're going to put All I Am in right here.
Right here.
God, I love that
Amazing
song, dude.
guys.
I just love that song.
Wow.
So bad.
It's
Thank you.
just good, dude. It's like the
Just like I
harmony,
remembered
the
it.
harmonies are like, it's just that's is that both of you guys singing in that when you're doing the harmonies?
That is actually
Yeah.
both of us
Yeah.
singing that one part,
That-
and then our other guitarist, he sings the high part.
The little high part. He's the
Yep.
falsetto in the group.
Not really, but yeah.
So is somebody playing banjo?
No, we need a
No.
banjo.
You need
player,
a
though.
banjo player?
I've been lobbying
It
for
would
this
just
for a
be
minute.
we just give Auden one and
Yeah.
probably call it.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I got a guy outside right now that can play the banjo.
Okay.
Right, I know. You know him.
Regular Steve Martin.
Yeah, dude. He can.
I'm
he
a
can-
fan of this.
He can slap the banjo.
The
Bro.
slap the
Good.
damn banjo.
Yeah, I don't.
You got to
I don't
have
know.
a banjo.
What do you want a banjo for? One song or just like a continuous gag?
Literally one song.
No, I want it in every
He
track.
wants it every song, but our sound is we play the banjo on one
Yeah.
song, and then we are a metal band the next song.
Yeah.
Right.
That's-
I mean, if you
Trade out the banjo for an 8-string, and we're good to go.
if you switch out the 8-string for a cowbell, are you a different kind of band?
We're
now?
a hair metal band now.
Wow, I love it. I
Yes.
love it. And you know what? And if you guys almost have the aesthetic down pat. You know, I know I'm seeing you right now in like toned down mode.
Yeah.
But a little bit of face makeup. You know what I'm saying?
That's
we
what's
could do
up,
the kiss
man.
thing. I
yeah,
think.
could.
yeah. And then you know what I'm saying? Have the chicks going wild, bro. I don't know if y'all are,
Who were you working with last night?
We were with a band called Sam and the Big Boys,
Sam and the Big
and then
Boys.
Sam and the
Thomas.
Big
What was his
Boys.
last name?
We're this Nashville guy named Thomas Sarter who had some pull in Birmingham,
Nice.
Thomas Sarter. Okay.
and
Yeah.
they were really cool. Sam and the Big Boys, shout out to them. They sounded
Yeah,
awesome.
that
Nice.
was a crazy set.
Are they big boys?
They really aren't.
Could we
They're
take
regular
them?
sized dudes?
Could we take
regular sized dudes.
Could me, Dave, and Charlie take them?
Probably.
Okay, they're not that big.
They're not big
Yeah.
dudes.
Right here in Golden Nonsense,
Yeah.
John.
First of all, your music is cool. We like your music, but
Right,
we
but
are
you're-
going to fight you
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
for
get,
false advertising.
Get bigger, bro.
Sorry,
time to
Sam.
bulk.
Golden Nonsense threat right here. Okay. Find us, Memphis, Tennessee, High Tone. Suck my nuts.
Come on, bring it. Are you guys single?
No.
No.
Everybody in the band is taken.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not worried about the girls then. This is a perfect time then to go rock star stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like do all the antics because you have a nice lady at home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like put your motherfucking dong in one of those gay stripper things.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I don't know what you're talking about.
the male strippers. They get a little
gay-
dong. The
a
dong
gay stripper?
The dong sleeve.
Oh, it's like it's like a
Sock.
thong, but
It's a
it's
sock
got
for
like
your
a
cock.
like
Oh,
a
okay.
like an elephant trunk
Yeah.
or something.
yeah.
on
You
it.
know, I trained to be a male stripper one time, and they were
Really?
like, you got to get you a little sock cock.
Okay.
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I believed you.
If that was
Yeah.
true and I just hadn't heard that story, I was going to be so happy. 'Cause, you know, we've been doing this show for a while. I feel like I've heard all of his stories.
Yeah.
And if,
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Definitely didn't know of a
Come on, guys.
male stripper.
Rockstar shit needs to come back. You know what I'm saying? Bring real American rock stars back, guys.
America.
That's the goal.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
without you, who do we have?
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Kill him. Fuck him. I'll fight him too. Put that on the TikTok.
You
I'll
heard it
fight
here.
Luke what's his name?
Luke Combs.
Combs. Fuck him.
Fuck Luke
That's
Combs.
a bigger guy, actually.
He is a big boy.
He is a big boy.
Bigger
That's
guy.
true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think I saw him
Actual
shoot
big
a.
boy.
I think I saw him shoot a deer in a video one time too. So
Okay.
he's definitely armed.
I
Yeah.
ain't no deer, motherfucker.
Are you guys from Memphis originally?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah,
about you?
I've lived here for the majority of my life, but I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
technically.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
So you were born in Jackson.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
I just watched Borat last night. Me and my
Mm.
wife watched Borat. Have you
Uh-huh.
guys ever seen Borat?
Yes.
Okay, it's so fucking funny.
That's peak comedy.
There's
Sacha Baron
a-
Cohen is a genius.
There's a scene that was in Jackson that I didn't ever never occurred
Oh,
to
yeah.
me that it was in Jackson. He's
You
in
talking about the B&B with the old folks?
No, I don't know where that was. But they kind of like you like if when you rewatch it and you see like the scenes or like you realize that like some of it's clipped from like different places and they kind of like massage it to make it seem like it's one continuous story. But the scene in Jackson was at one of the local news stations.
Okay.
He was just in there with like the anchor, and they were like, "We've got a special interest piece of this young man named Borat in town from Kazakhstan." And
right.
he's just acting like a complete psycho, and then he starts like walking into the weather guy. But he's like, the weather guy's like, yeah, we got some rain up here in Yazoo City and over here by Starksville. And I'm like, oh shit, I know where that is now.
those
Yeah.
areas,
Because I'm from Atlanta originally.
Okay.
Okay.
So like, you know, I didn't really know this region quite as well before moving here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How's your show acquisition going? Like you just like recommendations? People are saying like, let's go to Mississippi, or let's go to Arkansas, let's go here, or you're actively looking for places to play?
Bit of both.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there's certain cities that are a bit easier to reach for us, whether we have some pull there already or they're closer. Like we recently went to Auburn.
Okay.
Like about what is that, like
Month ago, maybe?
Yeah, a month ago. And
Where'd you play?
we played at this student-run festival called Obfest. That was really
Okay.
cool, and we didn't know we like they just asked us, or I guess we like signed up or something. They were super excited to have us.
Mm-hmm.
No prior history there, but it was like one of the best shows that we'd done.
They found
that
out
year.
about you and then wanted to come out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beautiful. Look
So we have things like that happen.
at that. Yeah.
We'll try to get into certain markets. Like this summer, we're trying to spread out really far. So
What's the furthest away you've done a show so far?
It was technically Louisville.
Yeah.
Or no.
Maybe New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans that way, but then we also had Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Oh,
Yeah,
to
that's
the
pretty
east.
far over there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's almost equivalent. What's that? 8 hours, right? 9 hours.
I hate
Something
Charlotte.
like that.
Yeah.
You
I
hate Charlotte?
no, it's a fine city. I've actually I went when I was a little kid, but I just got stranded in the airport at Charlotte.
That sucks.
This past year, I had to sleep for 8 hours on the floor.
Yeah,
Oh my
Charlotte
God.
airport.
Absolutely,
That's the
sucks.
worst.
But yeah, no, it's a nice town. Yeah, that's cool, man. Louisville.
You excited about the festival coming up?
Yeah,
Very.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
super cool.
Super cool.
That's next week.
Yeah.
It's a week away.
Yeah, we just like realized that. Today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are
for
you
the,
re-
for
are
the
you ready?
listeners,
I think so.
This
Yeah,
will
we're
come
ready.
out. This will come out on Tuesday. For the listeners, that'll
Okay.
be this weekend, guys. You
Yeah.
still got a chance to buy some tickets and head over there.
To
I
the
actually just got
Riverbeat?
my wristbands in the mail today.
Hell yeah.
Nice, nice.
I'm only going Sunday, but that's good because you guys are Sunday,
That's
right?
us.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are.
Sweet.
I won't be going.
It's okay.
Yeah,
My feelings are.
I'm anti-music tourism. Yeah, dude. I don't spend no money with music people. But
it is expensive.
but I do like you guys. You guys are cool.
I appreciate.
What
it.
if
Appreciate
Ross
that.
sneaks you in the back door?
Then I'll definitely go. I'll definitely go. If I'm not getting the VIP treatment, I'm not gonna go.
Have you guys like Anderson .Paak at all?
I mean, I know. I mean, the best thing I know about Anderson .Paak is like Silk Sonic. I had like a
Yeah,
little
the
phase
Silk
with
Sonic stuff
that.
is great, but if you go listen to that Malibu album,
Okay.
it's
hard.
so
It's hard.
fucking good,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I've seen him live a bunch of times, like
Gotcha.
like probably like 6 or 7 times.
I've
or
seen him.
something.
I've seen him here at the
Yeah.
the first Memphis Fest.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was the headliner for that first year.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I mean, for Sunday, we're really excited for Krungbin.
Krungbin is
Um,
the
Yeah.
shit.
And a guy named Neil Francis, who we actually had the pleasure of opening up for like 2 years
Cool.
ago.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah.
So
What kind of music?
It's this crazy, funky New Orleans-esque, like jammy sort of vibe that he's a keyboardist and he plays like this collab with like a whammy bar. And he does all
Wow.
these like guitar-esque solos on the keyboard.
Wow.
Really cool, really jammy.
He's solo guy.
Yeah, well, solo, like he has a band
Okay,
and
okay.
everything, but
But he's front and center. He's singing and playing the keyboard.
yeah, he's a really
Mhm.
cool dude, and he's actually helped us. Like he's given us like
That's
good
awesome.
advice.
That's
for
awesome.
So
things.
business wise or music wise?
Bit both.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Great. Y'all got any like goals for the end of the year? You want to like hit California or Florida or New York, or what's the?
We're trying to hit New York this summer.
Okay.
We have a pretty big summer tour planned
Yeah.
that we're currently in the process of
Mhm.
kind of booking, finishing up everything for it. So
Good.
we're
Good,
excited
good.
for that.
Yeah.
And then new music.
New music.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
New music. new music.
How long ago did the last album come out?
Came out at the end of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Few years.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you gotta put something out
Yeah.
every few years, right?
Yeah.
Every couple is.
We're
probably
trying
better.
not to rush it, but we're also like understanding of the fact that we need some new stuff. Like us as like a live band, like things get stale, and
Yeah.
you want to find new things to
Well,
get excited
we
about.
see that in comedy. I
Exactly.
mean, it's just
Oh, yeah.
it's so hard to tell a joke that you've been telling for 5
Yeah.
years. It's so hard.
Even if you know it works.
It's like
Even if
you know it works,
it's like it becomes unfunny because you forget why you thought it was even funny in the first
That's,
place.
Yeah.
that's
you lose the enthusiasm.
same thing.
You lose the
And
enthusiasm.
you're, like when people laugh, you get surprised. You're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this was funny.
But for music that's different though, because you got the hits. Like if you
That's true.
if you went and had a smash hit like top 40 next summer, this summer, whatever, right? Like
Man, we're that type of band.
you never know, dude. You never know. I was making fun of it the other day, but it's like the if you look at all the past top 40s every year, it's kind of wonky. You don't
Yeah.
know what's gonna hit,
Mhm.
bro. You know.
Yeah, we are in an interesting time in
Yeah.
the music industry.
That's
right
true.
now.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So don't fade yourself, man. You could be a Britney Spears
Well, I
superstar.
think so. I would
About
say
damn time.
I think y'all's music is very interesting. It's kind of different than a lot of the stuff I've heard. It's weirdly unique and familiar at the same time. It's like elements of shit that I've heard everywhere, but they're mixed up in a new way.
Yeah.
is what
Gotcha.
I've-
Was
what
that
I've heard.
was that something you planned on, or was it just like kind of fumbled into it?
I mean, we all listen to like very different music.
Very
eclectic
different
type
music.
stuff?
And
yeah.
none of us particularly like the other's taste in music
Yeah,
either.
it's very
So it's like
tough.
it's a process of like
Yeah.
bargaining and like getting this little piece in the song that you
Yeah.
want. And I
Yeah.
think it makes a kind of a weird mix.
Is
a weird sound,
anybody into
but
Umphreys? Is it,
All of us.
That's
yeah.
true. We do like Humphreys.
Kinda.
I could just tell. I could tell there was some Umphreys,
What'd you say?
some Umphreys enjoyers.
King Giz.
King Giz?
I mean, a little bit. Mostly like Fish was what we kind of
Yeah.
into, and when we started,
I've never been a Fish guy.
you
I
gotta
like
listen to a
Humphreys.
live one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
If you
album
like
rocks.
Humphreys, you'll
I
probably
have,
like
I have,
a
I
live
have no
one.
input
Yeah,
on
if I
this
get
part.
into some Fish.
We like
Yeah.
worship like Stash and You Enjoy Myself and some of those tracks. You
Mhm.
should totally check those
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, no, I was
Give 'em the mic.
never a super big jam band guy. My buddies
No, I got
all
you.
just like went way down the Umphreys rabbit hole. Was just like a lot of dudes.
They're
just
they're
like,
cool, man.
They
Yeah,
are cool.
yeah. I mean what's the guitarist? What's his name?
Jake
Jake.
Sillinger,
Yeah, Jake is
Sillinger,
cool.
Something like that.
Jake's a cool guy. He's really like good at making the guitar sound like you've never heard a guitar
Yeah.
sound
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
All I know
And-
is my ex. She rode and died for Humphreys McGee.
Uh-huh.
Still does. If you're shout out.
So we were
Hallie,
talking
if you
about
hear
we were
this.
talking about Grateful Dead, right? Because I was in
Mhm.
Vegas a couple weeks back, and Dead and Company is at the
Come on,
man. Yeah.
at the Orb
Ugh.
or whatever it's called, the Sphere.
The Sphere, yeah.
Bucket list.
And I unfortunately had to work the whole time. I didn't get to go to.
Oh my God.
Did get to go, but he was just like, what's the deal with their fan base? Like, why are they so
So-
ravenous and so long term?
yeah,
Yeah.
Auden, why is that?
I had no idea, dude.
Because Jerry Garcia is the reincarnation of Jesus. No, he could play that guitar pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Well, the way Ross explained it to me was a very unique business proposition where you like encourage your fans to make your own recordings and then pass those out.
Yeah.
So they become like rare collectibles or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also, I mean, that's free advertising, you know.
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
right. And so you don't have to worry about ever selling out when people are always going to come.
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
Music travels by itself. Oh,
Yeah.
You got to make a copy of this, make a copy of this.
Definitely.
And that whole that whole concept translates to all these other jam bands who are like, swimming in the wake of the Grateful Dead. They're kind of like part of the same movement.
Is there any other famous jam band that's
I
that
mean, probably
big?
Fish would probably
Fish.
be number 2, right?
Fish, Widespread
Widespread
Panic.
Panic.
Widespread is big.
Yeah.
Widespread's
There's
big.
and then you kind of get to like B tier. I do like these bands, but I would say like String Cheese Incident and Mo
yeah.
and some of those other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other ones that are on the come up right now.
would be
Like
considered jam band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then there's ones like Goose.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're big right now.
They're bigger.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to like capture
Talk is a jam
the
band.
dragon that is Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it's not just that people are recording their live sets and sharing it. It's that they play the song different every single time they play it, which is like a unique experience, and that's why people like want to.
Is that just
go
freestyling?
see them every time they're there? It's a lot of freestyling.
improvising.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So when you guys do a live show, are you doing sort of a jam band thing? Are you doing a lot of improvising? Or?
The first thing I'll say is like I don't necessarily consider us much of a jam band
Yeah.
anymore.
Uh-huh.
I guess. But when we do have songs that have like kind of more elongated parts, we'll stretch out maybe like a 2 or 3 minute sort of solo that kind of ebbs and flows.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you can call that a jam. There's certain songs that we have where there's like checkpoints where we'll kind of do whatever we want, then hit this checkpoint, do whatever
Everybody
we want.
meet back up over here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I mean your music lends itself a little bit to that.
Yeah.
So I mean it makes sense. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm like I said, never been big on it, but I get it. I get the appeal. Like I always listen to the fucking to the studio recordings of Grateful Dead, and, which is like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But that's just what I like. I like this.
Yeah.
I like Franklin's Tower. How they did it
That
in the
man,
studio.
That one day.
That's a
I think
good-
I think it's good. I think it's a good version of the song.
Yeah.
How much does your like studio versions of your songs differ from your live versions, like percentage wise? Would you say like
It depends on the song. There are some that are like very different,
Right.
and then there's some that we just play like the track.
Play exactly.
A
how
lot
it
of
is.
those differences are like length and
Okay.
added parts and things like that.
Yeah.
you're just grooving and you just want to hit it a little longer?
Little longer. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just like we'd go into the studio and think, okay, if somebody wants to listen to this on an album or something, or like just on streaming,
Yeah.
they probably don't want to hear 14,000 solos.
Yeah.
But we'll do them live.
Yeah, I don't.
You know
I don't
what I
want an
mean?
8-minute song on an album. I want a 3 or 4 minute
Unfortunately,
song.
we have a couple of those.
You got 8-minute ones. How about you guys do any covers when you're doing live shows?
Not so much
No?
anymore. If we're trying to fill time,
Yeah.
We back in the day we did a shit ton of Grateful Dead
Lots
of
covers,
Dead.
so
Lot
we
of Grateful
pulled
Dead
some of those
stuff.
out.
Allman
but-
Brothers and even some more like 60. We did a lot of Hendrix and Cream.
That's
It's
cool.
been
Yeah.
a minute since we've touched that.
That's
stuff,
cool.
But
You know, I like it even when a big band does like a reimagination of an
Yeah.
old song.
Yeah.
we've talked about doing something like that at some
You
point.
feel like it hinders like your not creativity, but what you could be as a band if you start doing covers more than your own music? 'Cause like some guys are just like dad bands; they just only play covers, right? Like,
No, of course. I think it comes from when you're starting out, you don't have any songs. So
Right,
you're
right.
trying to find what you sound like, you're trying to meld. And so you take from other places. And then when you kind of start writing, then those just filter in more. And then all of a sudden you have a full set of originals. We're not, we still like doing covers and have a lot of fun with them.
right.
But,
Does the writing process of creating original material ever derive from playing a cover? Like, oh, the guy, y'all are playing together a cover, and then inspiration strikes you, then you can do something else, or no?
I mean, I don't know what you would say, but I like when I write a song, it usually starts because there's like some little riff recorded in another song that I hear, and it's like I want to kind of fuck with this and expand upon it.
yeah.
I've done that with comedy before.
Yeah.
I've heard somebody tell a joke. Like there's this one David Tell joke that I like so much, and I haven't really figured out how to like do it, but I think it's just a brilliant thing he did one time. I saw he got everybody to agree with something, and then he got kind of added something else in at the very end to like try to so everybody he was like, marijuana should be legal in this country. Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, they're all cool. He goes, and if your cousin's hot, you should be able to have sex one time. and it's just like, I was like, that's brilliant, and I've continually tried to like reproduce that formula, and it always kind of works, but I haven't really figured out the right way to do it exactly. Like it's just perfect the way he did it. It's so perfect.
I could see it. It's
He's
perfect.
a genius.
Yeah.
Attell is one of my favorite comedians.
I would not want to even try to follow that dude. Ever.
No. He's great.
I think that music and comedy are, I always said, like sisters.
Yeah.
Right? Like art sisters. And the analogy I always said was like music is like the super hot one, right? that everyone likes. And then comedy is the mean one with, a nice pair of titties or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's great to look at, but she's hard to talk to. You know what I'm talking about? And
I think that analogy tracks fine.
Right. And it's just like, I love how I used to be jealous of music guys, right? Because if you do it right, Dave knows this. I bitch about it to him sometimes. Right? If y'all do it right, y'all are instant rock stars. Right? And the rock star I know is like a mythical attainment point, you know, of all showbiz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, he's.
But even if you don't, you probably
get
some ladies, you know, talk to some
you land on the
chicks.
moon, you know. It's like, oh yeah, I got some residuals, you know, I play a couple shows a couple times a year, you know. If you do it kind of good, you might end up like Josh McClain and be a local hometown hero.
favorite.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like and he's great. And he's great, but I only know him from the comedy, not even the music.
Y'all know Dirty Streets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're playing with them 2 weeks from now.
That makes perfect sense
Yeah.
to me. Some of the blues guitar and some of y'all's songs reminds me of Justin's
Yeah,
style.
they're great.
But
Justin's
yeah,
a cool
he's
dude.
he's such a cool guy. We really like him. He's been
Yeah.
on our show and I was talking to him after their set they did at B-side last weekend and he was talking about he's been doing like scores for movies and
Movies, yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's
I
been,
will
like composing.
Need to talk to him about that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
He is a fucking deep resource when it comes to just showbiz moving and grooving.
Huh.
Yeah, like anything you're inquiring about, don't ask AI, ask Justin.
Well,
Gotcha.
he made me laugh. He said something really funny. He was like, you know, whenever I'm doing rock star shit, people are like, oh, you're like an old rock star. You know, you're an aging rock star.
Yeah.
He's like, but now that I'm in these like composer circles, everybody's like, he's this young
Yeah.
composer
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
up. It's
Up
good.
and coming
Yeah,
Yeah.
this new young composer that nobody's ever heard of.
It's like my knees are bad from jumping off speakers.
he's like, so that's just how it is, you know. I think it's kind of different with comedy too. I think the sweet spot in comedy is probably when you're in like your 40s. So that's way different than music.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it sucks, man. You either make it at 20 or you make it at 40. That's a fucking thing in comedy.
Yeah.
But at least there's less of a time crunch. So,
Oh yeah, dude.
so you guys are on a time crunch.
We 100.
Yeah.
you gotta get it. You gotta get out there when you're still young and cute. And
And look, you have the energy, and people
Yeah.
like you. You know, and this is
Yeah.
why what he was saying is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever your creative process is, you got to dial that in to put out as much stuff as you can, right? Because the only game is putting out the music or putting out the comedy or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be,
Yeah.
right? Like, you could sit up there all day and be a garage band, right? But until you put that shit out, it doesn't even count. Like, y'all are where y'all are right now because of the work you put in publicly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So I would encourage y'all, man, just to pedal to the metal, guys. Like
Appreciate
you
it.
said 23, 21.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, by the time you're our age, I need like 10 albums, 15
Red
albums.
Rocks.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I went to Red Rocks during the day. Went to Denver with the homies. And so I went into the underneath place where all the performers are. And you can see who's performed there and whatnot. And it's been like maybe a handful of comics that's ever done it, you know, I mean, maybe 10. And but all these amazing music artists, right? And it goes back to that thing I was talking about. It's like, dang, dude, it's so hard to really, really make it in comedy. But you guys just have one good song, and yeah, you'll be a Red Rocks, bro.
There we go.
Right? You will have 10,000 Coloradoans ready to fucking lick the sweat off your nuts, bro.
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly from when I did that same tour, I think it was Widespread Panic that had the most shows at Red Rocks. I think they're the record holder for the most times a musician
Yeah.
performed there.
just sitting in that amphitheater is like, yo, it's bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
So I'm also really into like electronic music. I'm a big
Oh, cool.
EDM
Cool.
guy. So I went out to Red Rocks
Fucking
and I
nerd.
saw. I'm a fucking nerd. I saw Dead Mouse. You ever heard of
Yeah,
Dead Mouse?
yeah, yeah.
Sick.
It was
lit.
fucking awesome,
That
man.
is cool.
It was so cool. That guy. I mean, yeah, it's just it's a big show. Like there's the pyrotechnics and the LED screens,
man.
the same size as the rocks. You know, it's all very overdone. But
There's
it
a-
was so fun.
There's a guy who's
That was before
like
I got sober too, so I was fucked up.
there's a guy who has that job, right? For every like big band, he's like the fire guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyro guy, light guy.
Light guy,
Yeah.
And, you know,
Prop guy.
You see him,
Yeah.
you see him sometimes like at the boards. You know, you see him, and he's just like a DJ, like more fire.
Yeah.
we went. Me and my wife went down to Okeechobee Music Festival in
In
Florida.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
It's actually the first time I saw Anderson .Paak live was
Okay,
was at Okeechobee. It was so fucking fun.
learned how to
But
fish in
but
that
we
lake.
were camping. We were camping for the whole weekend, and there was this there was this one stage over kind of near the campground that it was like the fire stage. That was like the theme of the stage was just like giant fireballs going off constantly. And so everybody's tents were like pretty far
away.
back from the fire station. But then there was this one dude that just set up his tent right there, and it was like the saddest little like
Wow.
Soviet Union looking tent you ever saw. And he's just like, I don't give a fuck. Just
it probably had some fire retardant in the tent.
just a giant gas tank like
Just-
right next to the tent. We were
Wow.
like, that dude's crazy.
Soviet era flame blanket. He put,
I mean,
he
it
put
was
some
it was
poles
also
on.
like just how small it was. It looked like it was like it's like barely big enough for one person
Oh yeah.
kind of tent. But
Y'all-
no, I'll never think about pyrotechnics at a show without thinking about that one dude.
Y'all
Yeah.
need a fire guy?
Yeah.
You need a fire guy?
Well, one day.
One day,
I,
We're-
you want to be
we're-
a fire guy?
I don't want to give too much away, but we almost got one.
You almost got a fire
guy?
guy? Tell the story.
We've had some people, and shout out to all of them that want to help out, and we've had some people interested in doing like we did have a fire guy.
Why'd you
A
turn it down?
twirler, maybe?
We had a fire twirler.
my God.
Twirler's
Okay,
pretty
so-
cool.
Obfest, we were the little
Auburn,
festival we
Auburn.
played out in Auburn.
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, set the scene. This is in the middle of like an ATV track in the boonies, and
Okay.
it's a bunch of like fucked up college kids, and there's no supervision. They lit like a pile of trees taller than this room on fire, and it's like 2 stories of flames. It's amazing that nobody died.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, some dude came up to us and he was like, "Hey, I'm a fire spinner, and I want to spin during your set." And we were like, "We would love like that's the
Yeah.
coolest thing that anyone's ever."
And he
asked
did,
us.
and he spread everybody out in the audience, and he
Yeah.
like made a circle for himself, and he started going for it while we were like jamming.
You
and
got
stuff.
footage?
I
Yeah,
have
it's on
a
our
little
Instagram.
bit, yeah.
Oh, dude, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So all you need to do is get that guy and then like poke evolve him to the next
There-
guy.
Exactly.
there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, yo, we loved your fire stick stuff.
I don't
dude.
think it's the same guy, man.
It's probably not the same guy at all.
I don't think the guy who hits the button and does the twirling is the same fella.
What
I
if
think
he's the
He
same
goes
guy?
and runs and presses the button and then
And
goes
runs back.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if the twirler guy is ambitious, he could one day become the button guy. You know?
yeah.
He can graduate to button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
starts his twirling.
and we hope he does.
You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta poke evolve him. You know what I'm saying? Take him on the road with
Hey,
you.
don't let your
Mhm.
dreams
like
be
it.
dreams.
Yeah, don't pay him. Don't pay him. But like, you gotta provide your own fire, your own food,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own tent,
Yeah.
and
But-
then after
yeah.
a year, be like, you know what? We thought about it.
Yeah.
And we want to give you a promotion.
Put him on payroll.
Yeah, you're the fire guy now.
Yeah.
And he's gonna shed a single real nigga tear. I'm so glad that you saw the vision in me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
That's awesome.
you got to
Clip that, Dave.
Clip that. Fire guys, this is a job posting. If you're a fire guy in the Memphis area,
We need you.
Hit us up
In the south,
at Jombi Official.
Yeah,
must have a minimum of 3 years of fire experience.
Yes,
we don't want no novice fire guys, guys.
No.
All right.
that feels like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
What if you get the Tom Brady of fire guys? He's just a rookie and he just wants to do it, but he looks like shit. What you gonna do?
I don't know, man.
Don't ever judge a book by its cover, man.
Yeah.
Well,
you
if he's good at the fire thing, I think I'll take him.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
dude.
We don't want your fire guy to outshine you, though. We don't want that either.
That's
Right,
fair.
right.
That'd be
Another
really
thing-
tragic.
Another thing. We just get known as the band with the
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
guy.
You go.
Yeah.
People go. They're like, the band's pretty good. That fire guy
guy was
though,
on
that
there.
dude.
Now he has to die tragically in a plane crash somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we
We don't know what happened.
yeah, we flew him out to the show, and those biplanes, they don't ever. So y'all were on the tour bus, but he was in the plane.
He was in
yeah.
the crop duster. Yeah.
You know, he needed to get there quicker to set up fire stuff.
And some kind of way, the plane exploded in a ball of fire. I think he went out the way he wanted to go.
He just ascended to fire guy heaven.
Yeah,
That's how that
He
works.
went to Fire Guy Valhalla.
Wouldn't that just be hell?
Yeah, I guess.
It's him and the dude that caught Michael Jackson on fire.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just him and a
Oh
bunch of
my
just
God.
him and a bunch of monks. They're just
Yeah.
The one dude that set himself on fire. Oh, I love it, guys. I love it. I think that might be our golden nonsense inflection point.
I think we
Yeah.
always hit a point. We always get to the golden part of the nonsense.
You guys are,
Okay.
you guys
We
are
hit
good.
it.
You guys are good. We
Hell
finally
yeah.
we got there.
Hell
And look,
yeah.
I think we're at time. 'cause
Are we? What time we got?
Wow.
We got to get out of here.
A few more minutes?
You said you got to get out of here, right? Yeah. Well, let's not fuck your job up, bro. Even though this is your real
Not
job.
fucking job up.
Well,
Come on.
guys,
Even though it's your fucking real job, Dave. Executive producer of Golden
he's the
Nonsense.
executive producer.
We gave him a fucking
Yes.
raise. We gave him a raise, and he's fucking treating us like a second job.
a major promotion. He went from being the producer to being the
The
executive
executive
producer.
producer. So
Yo, once we sign a deal and get millions of dollars, you're gonna get some of that money. But if you keep on treating it like, we're gonna get you back to the regular producer, bro. Regular hourly for you, okay? No equity, Dave.
I don't.
Hey, he's like, you keep on saying $0, like we don't love you, bro. like we don't.
Hey,
Do you guys want to throw out some links and stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, where
drop,
can
drop
people
your,
follow you?
Drop your
Socials. Follow us at Jombi Official on
at
Instagram.
Jombi Official. Check out the album's 2023, but it's really good. Out to Pasture, the Out to Pasture album. Guys, we're only at 35 minutes.
Yeah, but Dave said he had to get out of here. I'm just trying to. He's the one that
Do you
told
need
me
to get out of here?
I'm not trying to cut it short.
Let's
We've already.
I mean, I
give it a
saw
little
that
bit longer.
A lot of these went for an hour.
Yeah.
They do. Look, I know. Look, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I was trying to
We're
keep
good
it.
with what
I can drive him downtown too. We already talked about that.
Okay, you're okay.
He was supposed to have to ride his.
You're all right. Your moped. Your moped.
He was
boy?
gonna ride his bicycle. He took a bunch of acid, so he can't get in the car. So he's got to take a bike.
See, look. This is why you're the executive producer, because you do things that matter.
Have you guys heard of Bicycle Day? Do
Yeah.
you know what that is?
It's the dude that invented acid.
The guy that invented acid, he took it and thinking that like he wasn't gonna get that fucked up, and then he like rode his bicycle home, and before he even got home, he was just like crazy fucked up. What's up, dude?
Well, damn.
That's the owner, so he's our landlord basically.
Yeah.
He's like, quiet down.
I don't know why he did. He did it like someone's dad.
Yeah. Like he was about to evict y'all.
Right. Your
well-
dad would just show up and just look at you. Just
what y'all doing in
what you
here?
doing here? Playing the game. All right.
He is somebody's dad.
Yeah,
He's a father.
but no one's fucking kid here.
Skinny's the guy who got us our first gig ever.
So
That's
Oh
true.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, man.
Good man. He started
love
your
him.
career.
He's a shit.
Started-
Yeah.
started your
We love you,
career.
Skinny. Thank you for bringing your dog on our show.
Yeah, I mean, look, Skinny.
That was Skinny's dog.
That's
giant
Skinny's
dog?
dog.
Oh,
That huge
okay.
dog is
Yeah.
Skinny's.
Yeah, that giant dog belongs to that giant bald headed white man. Who, if it belonged to anybody else, if it belonged to you, I'd be like, this guy is a freakazoid.
Yeah. I don't need a dog that's that big.
No, that could.
How much do you weigh?
Not as much as that dog.
No,
Probably.
I want to know how much do you
like
weigh.
150ish.
The dog's
He's got
165.
you.
Yeah.
He's got
no.
The dog got you beat by 15 pounds.
That's terrifying.
What is that? Bantamweight? What do you
Yeah,
call that?
yeah, that's a bantamweight dog. The dog eats 80 pounds of food a month.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing that either.
No.
It's a beast.
That's a crazy dog.
You gonna have animals on your show? Elephant maybe?
Tiger.
We were thinking about the elephants.
Fire
and tigers.
and elephants.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I think elephants are scared of fires.
One day we're gonna do the circus concept album, like the rock opera.
Yeah.
And that's when we'll have all
That's
the.
yeah.
if you
shenanigans.
guys did that, then
Two of
I'd
each
pay
animal?
for a ticket.
All right.
It's not the music; it's the
On to
circus.
Noah's
I'm
Ark.
like, oh my god, dude! Jombi got the elephants out, dude. I'm here. I heard about the fire, but fuck, the elephants is what brought me out. You know, because I'm black. You can hold it. You're trying to keep it together.
I'm good.
So what are some other? I want to hear like what are some other like bands you guys like consider influences of your music? Is it?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like I've got my
How about
own,
this?
and he has his.
I got a question.
Sure.
Y'all fuck with like emo-ish bands like the Taking
Yeah.
Back Sundays and the Jimmy Eat
So
Worlds and
I've
stuff.
been like in a big Sunny Day Real Estate phase.
Yeah, Sunny Day
recently.
Real Estate.
And we all kind of had like little, you know, we grew up with stuff.
well,
like My
everybody's
Chemical Romance,
everybody's
things like
16 at some point in their
that.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what pop punk is for.
One time we played with a band called Future Birds.
Yeah.
And we opened for them, and I remember one of the people we had a pretty new, like nobody in the room really knew who we were.
Yeah.
And one of them came up to us and was like, "That was like progressive emo jam," and I was like, "I think that's relatively accurate
Yeah.
somehow."
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes we have like a little midwestern emo sort of feel in certain things.
You guys open for Future Birds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny story. I actually helped run sound for them. This is crazy. So in a small town in mid-northern Tennessee, Fulton, Tennessee. I don't
Yeah.
know if you ever. Okay, this rich guy was having his 50th birthday party. He owned like a construction company. So he hired Future Birds, Flo Rida, and fucking some other band that I can't remember off the top of my head. Flo Rida was the headliner, but yeah, Future Birds. It was
Wow.
the weirdest
That's
group
wild.
of artists. Like, dude, for
That's
this
super
for
weird.
this private party, and like I just remember Future Birds was great. That was an awesome
Yeah.
show. Flo Rida gets up there and he's like, they called it Twin Cities because there's like a Fulton, Kentucky right above it, I think. So he's like, Twin Cities, I never want to leave. And I was like, well. Bullshit. That man was out of there so fast.
Let's be real.
So guys, when will you be opening for Flow Rida?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
That's
Next
priority
next
number
summer.
one.
Next summer.
Next summer?
You know
think
he's
you
from
can get
Florida.
I would imagine.
Figured.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, now you know.
that? No, I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah.
No. Because his name's Flow Rida?
Yeah.
No. He's a big fan of fluoride.
Mm.
Oh,
He's a proponent of use in water.
Dental hygiene.
He's
He
the
did-
he
he
was the
was-
dentist.
yeah.
That's what he's named after.
He's a 10th dentist in
Yeah,
all those
he's-
studies.
Right.
Ah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 9 or 10 dentists.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh. That's what his whole thing is.
No, dude, I don't think he's an MD.
You don't think he's a doctor?
No, I don't think he's a doctor.
Flow Rida?
Doctor of
Rida.
Dr. Rida of dentistry.
I that's what I always heard
Because
the story was.
you always have this side career after you make it, right? He's
Yeah.
made it. He's financially set, right?
Yeah.
So now he can do anything he wants.
Mhm.
So if you went to Florida and you pulled up to your local dentist and it was Flow Rida,
I feel like I'm in good hands.
would you trust it?
I'd be like,
If
hell
he
yeah.
has a license, it's not my decision. That's
I-
the State Board of Dental Health.
See, you gotta be a little bit more judgmental, bro. You gotta be a little bit more. If I go into a massage parlor and it's just all buff dudes, I'm not staying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
I need some old Chinese lady
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
that knows about qigong
yeah.
and where my chakras are fucked
Yeah.
up. That's what I need.
That's like when you go to the phone store and you get like a good looking guy.
Yeah,
and
like,
you're
you
like,
don't know what
you
you're
don't know
doing."
the fucking first thing about phones.
I need a
I
fucking.
want a nerd.
I need a
A
dweeb.
Reddit mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a Reddit mod.
Yeah.
I need
That's
a trans.
exactly what
I
I
need a
need.
trans person making my coffee. Okay. All right.
You need a they.
Yeah. I don't.
It needs to be a they or the coffee doesn't taste
There
right.
are people that do things well.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And why don't we? You should judge them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
if
I
I
think
were
I'm being convinced.
if I were to look at y'all on the street, right, I couldn't see musical greatness, right?
Okay.
But together,
It looks kind of like that to me.
together, individually, you just look like regular little
or,
white boys
or
to
you
me.
guys could be Reddit moderators.
Yeah, that's
If I walked into
yeah,
my
come
phone
on.
store, either of you guys could take
Yeah.
it.
You look like the local, librarian, and you look like you make barbecue on the side.
Damn.
What library am I going to? Benjamin Hooks.
shout out.
You guys both looked at me like the coolest teacher I had the whole time I was in school. That's what I would say.
What
I'll take
subjects
that.
do we teach?
I'm thinking science and history.
I was gonna
You
go.
Nailed the
on
history
history.
part. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you're a
gonna
big
go-
history guy.
Love
I was
history.
gonna go fucking German and physics.
German.
Not so much.
You think
there,
Auden would teach German?
Easily.
Oh, you might be on this.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Well,
9. I'm sorry.
9. German is
Yeah.
it's such an aggressive language.
Oh, dude,
It's so abrasive.
you're aggressive people.
So if you were gonna speak, I'm German, unless
Okay.
it's Reifenberger. So, but if you were gonna teach history, what grade or subject in history would you go for?
Because
Yo.
what thing do you know the most? You love the most.
Are we?
history-wise.
Are we going like high school?
No, you do whatever you want.
I mean,
College?
I
What
would
are
think
we
I would want to
thinking?
teach
Whatever you
seniors
want.
if I
Yeah,
teach anybody.
like AP World.
AP World History.
You're going world history.
World history.
That's too broad, bro.
No, but it's
He
They
knows
give you
his shit.
guidelines.
He knows
Oh,
his
you know your shit?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna go easy, right? The white man knows about Rome. Let's go about the Ming Dynasty.
Ming
You
Dynasty?
got anything about Ming Dynasty?
That's not. Okay, so here's what we're gonna because it's
AP
easy
World.
it's easy to get confused because there's the Ming and the Qing. The Qing are the last dynasty before the dynastic collapse, and then you get the
Flex on them,
then
dog.
you get the
Flex
then you
on 'em
get
real
there's
quick.
like a failed republic, and then Chiang Kai-shek and Mao kind
Bow.
of dogs on him.
Look.
The Mings I think are around the Mongol time. I think it's before the Yuan.
Yo, dude,
maybe
I was-
I don't really remember though.
He's like, I wasn't really
He's like,
expecting
that's
the
not my
Chinese
expertise,
question.
but
But I got a little something
I'm
for
giving
you.
an
I don't remember-
educated guess.
Educate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, but luckily here on Golden Nonsense, we don't look anything up.
I had
Okay.
to. That's
So I'm gonna
That's
just-
the golden
Actually,
rule.
that's the
we gotta
truth
ask
then.
Davepedia. Dave, how's that check out?
What I will say, I really love the deflection and the workaround
Yeah.
there. That it was awesome.
Thank you. I've worked hard on
So
it.
I had
Davepedia
to figure out,
approved.
I had to figure out. I was doing a joke about Mulan and how it was like it's a stupid joke, but like I was like I'm just trying to beat the patriarchy in
Yeah.
Wei Dynasty China. So I had to look up all the dynasties to figure out which, because that's a true story, or not a true story, but like a legend
Yeah,
in
yeah.
China. There was like a real Mulan lady that
You
fought.
know see the thing about legends, bro. you know, it's like Jack and the Beanstalk.
I'm
like,
not saying a true story. I'm saying a
it's
true legend.
It's
a real legend.
Yeah.
Right. It's part of their culture.
Yeah.
You know, one time
Which is interesting. It's interesting just that there's
in a
even
land
story
far
that,
away,
like an
long
old, like
ago. You know,
a young Chinese woman was like a sneaky war.
no,
winning.
she wasn't sneaky, bro. She was protected her family's honor, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She's trying to bring honor to her family.
Right. Took her dad's place when he was infirm.
Isn't that what we all want to do?
We all want to do that.
We all just want to bring honor to our family.
Yeah, man. She didn't know.
That's why
She's-
we're in Jombi.
That's
Right.
true.
She's Chinese Joan of Arc, bro.
Yeah.
The
Chinese Joan of Arc.
next album comes out, it's just all like very Chinese imagery. It's just like just bringing honor to our families.
We're trying to break into that market.
You know
I
what?
feel like there's a lot of money to be
Yeah.
made there.
Make sure your Chinese dude is playing the banjo and you got
There
all
we
Bro,
go,
dude, you need a
man.
fucking legit Chinese
Dude
guy playing the banjo.
That'd go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
That would be
dude.
great.
And then every now and then you pass him the mic and let him say a lyric
in Mandarin.
and whatever, how best he can do it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's Americanized. I'm not saying he's from China, but I want to see him sing your song.
Dude.
Okay.
You know, he might
Okay.
be a technician on the fucking strings,
he's-
right?
he's-
But
we
can he
need to-
sing?
Yeah.
We gotta know.
We gotta know. We need
Jombi
space,
official.
He can
space
maybe rap.
banjo. That's what we need.
Space banjo.
Space banjo.
Space
And he
banjo.
only speaks Cantonese.
But he doesn't speak English, but he plays the shit out of some space banjo.
Yeah.
You ever heard space banjo?
No,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Not yet.
He's just sitting there eating motherfucking a bowl of rice, just getting ready. There's my part coming up.
The one part of the entire hour-long.
Bang da da bang da da bang da da bang da da bang.
You need space banjo.
I
And I think Asian people are kind of half in the future already.
dude, they're living something. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I mean-
it's like Back to the Future. We need a Back to the Future, but in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that may exist already. Like
I mean-
That's
somebody
true.
made like a-
I don't think they have a Chinese. If there's a Chinese Back to the Future and I haven't heard about it,
Yeah.
I'm not a big enough nerd because dude, imagine this, dude. You got Jackie Chan playing the old guy,
Doc.
Yeah.
right? And then you have who's a good young Chinese dude right now? The banjo player. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we have the banjo player, and he's like, "Doctor, we must go back into the past,
Yeah.
into the Ming Dynasty.
That's what you need.
It's
that's
before the
what you
Qing
need.
Dynasty."
That's what you need, man. I mean, shit. They made Blade Runner. It was supposed to be in the future, but it was just Tokyo.
Oh
Yeah.
They just they're like it's L.A. So L.A.'s just Tokyo now. It's like,
Yeah, we just-
Asian people in the future. Get with the fucking program.
We just got neon back, bro. We just like put neon in everything,
Yeah.
neon it up.
Yep.
I love that aesthetic though.
I
That fucking
if Memphis had a neon
dystopian space
if
future.
Memphis had
Yeah.
a neon district, dude, we'd be popping over there. The comedy clubs would be lit.
There was a restaurant in Atlanta that was that was basically its only selling point is that it looked like Blade Runner.
Futuristic,
Yeah,
yeah.
the food wasn't good. The cocktails were fine, but bitches wanted to take pictures
Yeah.
in front of the sign because it was neon. It was called Little Trouble, and
That's all. That's honestly, bro.
that's
that's
my
a le- that's a-
my
that's a-
buddy's like a big restaurant guy,
That's a
right?
lesson there.
Conrad.
Oh, yeah,
So
Conrad.
I told
Yeah,
Conrad, I was like, that's sad that place closed. He goes, what did they do well? And I was just like,
Yeah.
it looked cool, and that honestly, that's enough.
If
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sometimes.
that objectively, aesthetics are
They're
a
huge.
virtue. It's
They're
a virtue.
huge.
You know what I'm
Very
saying?
important.
Yeah.
The things that look pretty have some sort of
Yeah.
value in it.
Yeah, beauty is valuable.
Yes.
And there's
yes.
nothing, and that's not. I don't think that's a comment on the shallowness of humanity.
No.
I think that's just it. Just is what it is.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
what-
sonically, visually, even like fucking, like mechanically, there's beauty.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Sure, I'd love. I'm an engineer. That's my
Gotcha.
my day job. So
I'm a comedian.
so
Day job.
I only
Yep.
have one job, and that's being a Renaissance man. That's,
Yeah.
that's my only job.
My only job is being a son of God.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. So as
goddamn
an
Christian.
engineer nerd, yeah, like a car especially, I think is a particularly beautiful piece of machinery that that's America really is like the automobile.
Yes,
That's really
definitely,
what
yep.
you yeah. So you got to get out here, Dave.
Put a car on stage. Okay.
Yeah, and a guy spinning a flame.
Okay.
And a,
While he
On the
while he
car.
drives.
Oh, he all the way
Okay.
drives.
and then you have the Chinese dude playing the banjo.
Okay.
Right.
I'm seeing the vision.
we have
Space banjo.
Space. My
Listen,
bad. Space banjo. I
You,
didn't
you
mean.
guys'
to
Yeah.
stand was already great, but I think we've taken it
Yeah,
to the next
I-
level.
I
This
agree.
is really-
I think we're onto something
Yeah.
here.
You guys
So,
right. You guys right now are
There's
rock
gonna be a
stars,
guy.
okay?
There's gonna be a guy playing space. There's gonna be a guy doing donuts, drifting in a circle
In
inside
a Model-
the
in a-
mosh pit,
in a Model T.
In a model.
spinning flames
Yeah.
on one of his fingers, holding onto the steering wheel with the other finger. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you pull that shit up, call the ATV guys back, okay?
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Tell them you want to set up a special show,
ATV.
okay? Out in Auburn, right?
Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Set it up and be like, yo, we got a fantastic idea. We need a Model T, a Chinese guy.
Can y'all get one?
And also Keenan and Kel, they're like, the Jombi boys need us to get a Chinaman, a Model T, and,
Wait, what?
and some fire. We can make that happen.
Oh no!
This is Alabama. We can make it happen.
All right, sign us off.
Okay, guys, this has been another presentation of the world's greatest podcast. We're so glad that Jombi made it out.
Follow Jombi.
Jombi official. Drop your
Instagram.
Thingies. Drop your.
Is that the
Yeah.
main one?
Jombi official Instagram.
Instagram's the
Okay.
main one.
If you want to contact them about being on tour with them, being a fire dude and or a Chinese banjo player,
And or a drifting guy who goes in circles
It's-
drifting.
What's your email? Jombi official.
It's
Info-
info@jombiofficial.com.
There you go. info@jombiofficial.com. And as always, thank you, Dave, our amazing producer, for finding these guys for us. Y'all were fun. Hell yeah. Very
thank
fun.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as we always say, vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con
Vaya con
Dios.
Dios.
She